All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakapodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, taught us the truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the earth, and also the brothers that teach us word and sincerity. I'm the brother Ira Lumia from the GMS Chicago branch here in Chicago. Come back at you with another lesson. I'm just basically entitled to this lesson, our second Exodus is coming. That is being a Passover, the time me doing this lesson. The Passover is going to come in just a couple of hours, and just like Egypt was out, the first Exodus, our second Exodus is coming out of here, this place called America, which is Babylon the Great, So this is the book of Exodus 20:1. It says, and Yahweh spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Right, Yahweh Shem Shah, by using Moses, brought us out of the land of Egypt. You can read about that in the entirety of the book of Exodus, how the Lord plagued Egypt. The Lord plagued Egypt with hail, frogs. The Lord turned, the water into blood. The Lord did all these things before he ultimately got us out of the land of Egypt, which is the house of bondage, and the Lord is going to do the same thing. But this time, we're not going to walk out of the land of Egypt. We're going to be delivered by what the world, call so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, And not all of our people is going to make it out this time around. Only the elect, which is the remnant, is going to make it out this second, it's going to be delivered during the second Exodus, from the second death, which is the battle of thermonuclear missiles. This is the book of Isaiah 11:11. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, right, which is the elect, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nation. He shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah for the four corners of the earth. Right, our people are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. But mainly a lot of our people are here, this place called America. Because this is where the most destruction is going to take place. And this is where, most of our people are. Our people are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, but mainly here in America is where our people, is at, And the main deliverance is going to take place here. But also other parts of the world, as I just, read in Isaiah 11 through the 12th verse. Our people are scattered throughout all these other, the midst of these other nations, But like I said, instead of walking out of Egypt this time, we're going to be delivered by what the world ended call UFOs, which are the chariots of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon 5:2. It says, when they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangers of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Now, which the strangers of our salvation is going to be like? By the way of those so-called UFOs, what the world, calls it. The chariots of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. These people, started with these Edomites are going to be, troubled with terrible fear. Because they're not going to know what's going on. They're not going to know what they have done to the Lord's people, because it's going to be a shock to all these people that the laws, what they see as the laws of the low, is going to be delivered by what the world only calls UFOs from this place called America and other various places. But here in America is what the second Exodus is mostly going to take place, Verse 3, it says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall see within themselves. This was he whom we had sometimes in derision and the proverb and reproach. Or like I was going into, these, starting with these heathens, won't believe that who the Lord, is delivering the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the Israelites according to the Bible, getting delivered by so-called UFOs from other parts of the world, but mainly here in America. Which the second Exodus is going to take place, And I'm going to further prove that This is the book of Jeremiah 3 and 18. It says, in those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, right? Talking about the southern and northern kingdom. And they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers. Right. Both the southern and the northern kingdom, of the nation of Israel are going to be delivered together. On this side, which is North America, which is Babylon the Great. According to the Bible, which is the land of confusion. This is the plight where, the second Exodus is going to take place. And we're on the cusp of that right now. All these prophecies that's being taken place over the world. World War III amping up. As Romans 13 and 11 goes into. Our salvation is nearer than we believe. This is the book of Ezekiel 36 and 24. It says, for I will take you out of all nations. I will gather you from all countries. And it says, and I will bring you back into your own land. Right? The Lord is going to gather us from out of all countries. And this is the number one country where the Lord is going to take us out of. Because what? Thermonuclear missiles is going to hit this place. And World War III is going to become a thing, a reality. And like I said, it's only a matter of time before that takes place. It's a lot for the noise, brother. It's a lot of bugged out people out here today, but let's continue. I want to get this one before I close out. This is the book of Jeremiah 16 and 14. It says, on the other hand, don't miss this, Salakia. Wrong. Okay. This is the book of Jeremiah 16 and 14. It says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But it says, but the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land, and I will give unto their that I give unto their fathers. Right? Because what? Like I said, the main deliverance is going to take here in America. The destruction is going to be so great here, and the deliverance is going to be so great, for the elect of the nation of Israel. Nobody is not going to be talking about, how the Israelites were brought up from the land of Egypt. Because what? The deliverance and things like that is going to be so great here that this is all people are going to talk about. While all this hell and destruction take place, and what I read back in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 3, the strangeness of their salvation so far that they look for. Everybody's going to be talking about the deliverance out of this current Egypt. You can read about that, this place being spiritual Egypt in Revelations 11 and 8, I believe. But the Lord is coming back to deliver his elect, and everybody's going to realize, the whole world is going to see the deliverance of the Israelites. Start with the elect, because the Lord is only coming back to deliver the elect this time around. So with that being said, I hope it was edifying. I want to end it out by giving our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakapodash. That belongs to the elders and our apostles of Great Millstone, taught us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the earth, and also the brothers that teach us word and sincerity. Lord willing, I hope this is edifying. And until next time, a Bible ball.